My fiancé's friends told her, he's going to change after marriage. They all do. She started getting cold feet. I said maybe they're right. Then I stopped all wedding planning and told her, let's just stay dating forever. Her friends' faces when she begged me to marry her anyway. I, 29 male, was double-checking the final guest count with the caterer when my fiancé came home from girls' night looking like someone had just explained mortality to her. Hey babe, good night? She put her purse down, didn't look at me. We need to talk. Oh cool, those words. Okay, about what? She sat across from me, still wouldn't make eye contact. My friends brought up some things tonight, about marriage, about how men change. Change how? After the wedding, they said it's like a switch flips. You guys stop trying, stop being romantic, just settle. I put my phone down. And you think I'm going to do that? I don't know, they all said the same thing. Every single one of them. Their husbands were amazing when they were dating, and then after the wedding. She trailed off. After the wedding, what? They just stopped. Stopped planning dates, stopped compliments, stopped caring about their appearance. Just stopped. So you think I'm secretly waiting for a marriage certificate so I can let myself go and ignore you? That's not what I'm saying. What are you saying then? She looked frustrated. I'm saying they made good points. What if it's true? What if you do change? Sat there for a second. Processing. We'd been together 4 years, engaged for almost a year. Wedding was supposed to be in less than 6 months, and now this. You know what? Maybe they're right. Her head snapped up. What? Maybe I will change. Who knows? Maybe all men do. You're supposed to tell me I'm being crazy. Why would I do that? If you already believe I'm going to turn into someone else the second we say our vows? What's the point? I didn't say I believe it. I said I'm worried about it. Based on what? Have I done anything that makes you think I'm going to change? No, but their husbands didn't either until they got married, right? So I'm guilty by association. All men are the same. We're all just waiting to disappoint you. Stop twisting my words. I'm not twisting anything. You came home from girls' night convinced I'm going to become a different person. That's what you said. She stood up. You're not taking this seriously. I'm taking it very seriously. You just told me you don't trust me. That's about as serious as it gets. She went into the bedroom. I sat there staring at the guest count spreadsheet on my laptop. 200 people. Venue booked. Deposits paid. Invitations ordered. Everything planned down to the napkin colors. And my fiancée just told me she thinks I'm lying to her face about who I am. Called my best friend. Dude, what's up? Her friends convinced her I'm going to change after we get married. Change how? Stop trying. Get lazy. The usual horror stories. That's messed up, would you say? That maybe they're right. He laughed. You're an idiot. What'd she say? Got mad that I wasn't reassuring her. So reassure her. Why? If she's already decided I'm going to fail, what's the point? The point is, you love her and want to marry her. Yeah, but I'm not marrying someone who's waiting for me to disappoint them. What are you going to do? Something her friends won't see coming. Next morning, my fiancé left for work early. Didn't say goodbye. I started making calls. First call, wedding venue. Hi, I need to understand the cancellation policy for our wedding. Oh no, is everything all right? Just need to know the details. What happens if we cancel? She walked me through it. We'd lose about $3,000 in deposits if we canceled now. Everything else would be refunded. Thanks, I'll be in touch. Second call, caterer. Same question, same type of answer. Third call, photographer. Fourth, florist. Fifth, DJ. Took me most of the morning. Got everything in writing via email. Then I sent my fiancé one message. FYI, here's the cancellation information for all our vendors. Let me know what you want to do. Attached all the emails. She called immediately. What the hell is this? Exactly what it says. Cancellation information. You seemed concerned about the wedding last night, so I'm giving you options. I didn't ask you to cancel the wedding. You said you think I'm going to change into someone else after we get married. Seems like a pretty big concern. So your solution is to cancel everything? I'm not canceling anything. I'm just giving you the information. You're the one who has doubts. I have normal pre-wedding concerns. Every bride does. These aren't normal concerns. Normal concerns are, what if it rains? Or what if the food isn't good? You're concerned that I'm fundamentally lying to you about who I am. That's not what I said. It's exactly what you said. Your friends convinced you that all men are secretly someone else, just waiting for marriage to reveal their true lazy selves. They were sharing their experiences. They were sharing their failures and projecting them onto us. And you let them. I was just being honest with you about my feelings. And I'm being honest back. If you don't trust me, we shouldn't get married. So you're giving me an ultimatum? I'm giving you reality. Marriage without trust is just expensive roommates with a legal contract. She was quiet for a long moment. I can't believe you're doing this. Doing what? Taking you seriously? Punishing me for being honest. I'm not punishing anyone. You said you're worried I'll change. I'm saying, okay, let's not take that risk. We can just keep dating. Forever. Stay exactly as we are right now. That's insane. Why? We're happy now, right? You love me now. I love you now. Why do we need marriage? Because I want to be married. I want to be your wife. But you think marriage will ruin me, ruin us. I didn't say that. You said you're worried I'll change. What else does that mean? She hung up on me. Got a text an hour later. You're being manipulative, and you know it. My reply, I'm being honest. If that feels like manipulation, maybe examine why. No response. Came home that night to find her in the guest room. Door locked. Whatever. I had work to do anyway. Update 1. The silent treatment lasted 3 days. She slept in the guest room, left before I woke up, came home after I was asleep. We were roommates who hated each other. Fine by me. I kept researching cancellation policies, vendor contracts, all of it. Then her mom called. What's going on? She says you're canceling the wedding? Not canceling, reconsidering. Over what? Explained the whole thing. Her friends, the concerns, my response. Her mom was quiet for a minute. So she said she's worried you'll change and you're proving her right by changing before the wedding even happens? I'm not changing. I'm responding to a lack of trust. Sounds like semantics to me. Think what you want, but I'm not spending my marriage proving I haven't changed. That sounds exhausting. What do you want from her? I want her to trust me. And I want her to tell her friends to back off. Her friends have been married longer than you two have been together. They have experience. They have bad experiences. That's different. And instead of working on their own marriages, they're trying to torpedo ours. That's a harsh accusation. Is it? When's the last time they said something positive about our relationship? She didn't have an answer for that. Look, I said, I love your daughter, but I'm not going to beg her to trust me. Either she does or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, then we stay dating or we break up. But we're not getting married. Her mom sighed. You're both being stubborn. Maybe, but I'm the one who didn't come home questioning our entire relationship based on other people's failures. She hung up. Not angrily, just done with the conversation. My fiancé texted me that night. Can we talk? Sure. She came out of the guest room, sat on the couch. I sat in the chair across from her. I talked to my therapist today. Okay. She said you have a point. About the trust thing. She said if I'm going into a marriage already expecting you to fail, that's not fair to either of us. Your therapist is smart. But she also said you're being extreme, that we should be able to work through this without canceling the wedding. We're not canceling anything. I just got the information in case you wanted to. That's the same thing. How? You expressed doubts. I took them seriously. Would you rather I ignored them and pushed forward anyway? I'd rather you reassure me. Reassure you how? By promising I won't change? I already did that for 4 years, and you still don't believe me. She started crying. I hate this. I hate that I let them get in my head. I hate that you won't just, I don't know, fight for us. I am fighting for us by refusing to enter a marriage where you're waiting for me to disappoint you. That's not a marriage. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy waiting to happen. So what do you want me to do? I want you to decide if you trust me or not. And if you can't, then yeah, we shouldn't get married. And if I say I trust you now? Do you? Or are you just saying that because you don't want to cancel the wedding? She didn't answer. That's what I thought. She went back to the guest room, got a call the next day from her best friend. Oh good, you're ruining her life. Hi, nice to hear from you too. Do you have any idea how miserable she is? Yeah, I do. She's miserable because you spent an entire evening convincing her I'm going to turn into someone else. We were just being honest with her. About your own marriages, not ours. All marriages are the same. Men get comfortable and stop trying. Your husband stopped trying. That's not a universal truth. That's a personal failure. How dare you? How dare I what? Point out that your marriage problems aren't my fault. That your husband being lazy doesn't mean I will be. You don't know what you're talking about. I know you spent girls' night tearing down your best friend's relationship instead of supporting her. I know you filled her head with so much doubt that she came home questioning everything. And I know you're calling me now to blame me for the consequences of your actions. She deserves to know what to expect. She deserves friends who want her to be happy, not friends who want her to be as miserable as they are. We're not miserable. Aren't you? When's the last time you said something nice about your husband? When's the last time you talked about him without complaining? Silence. That's what I thought. Look, I get it. Your marriage isn't what you wanted it to be, but that's not her problem, and it's not mine. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. You don't like it because the truth hurts. She's going to leave you over this. Maybe. But at least I'll know it's because she chose her friend's misery over our happiness. That's useful information. She hung up. My fiancé came home that night. Actually came into the living room where I was watching TV. My best friend called you. Yep. What did you say to her? The truth, that her marriage problems aren't our problems. She's really upset. Good. Maybe she'll reflect on why that is. My fiancé sat down. They want to come over to talk to both of us, like an intervention. An intervention for what? For you being unreasonable. I laughed. Actually laughed. They want to come to our home and tell me I'm wrong for taking you seriously? They're worried about me. They're worried they're losing their influence over you. There's a difference. So you don't want them to come? I don't care what they do. But if they show up here uninvited, they're not getting past the door. What if I invite them? Then I'll leave. This is our home. I'm not sitting through an ambush in my own living room. She looked torn. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. You just don't want to do it. What does that mean? It means you know they're wrong. You know they're being toxic, but you don't want to lose them. So you're trying to make me the bad guy for not just going along with it. That's not fair. Life's not fair. But you still have to make choices. Choose them or choose me. But you can't have both. She went back to the guest room without another word. Update 2, they came anyway, all 5 of them. Showed up the next evening while I was making dinner. My fiancé let them in. Didn't tell me they were coming. Walked into the living room to find 5 women sitting on my furniture, looking at me like I was on trial. What's this? Her best friend stood up. We need to talk. We really don't. You need to leave. Not until we sort this out. There's nothing to sort out. This is between me and her. She's our friend. That makes it our business. I looked at my fiancée. She was staring at the floor. You let them ambush me in my own home? I told you they wanted to talk. And I said if they came over, I'd leave. So I'm leaving. Grabbed my keys and wallet, headed for the door. Her best friend blocked my path. You're not going anywhere until you listen to us. Move. No. Move or I'm calling the cops for trespassing. This is her home too. Actually, it's not. The lease is in my name. She's not a legal tenant. Which means you're all trespassing, so move or I'm making calls. She moved. But the look she gave me could have curdled milk. Drove to my best friend's place, stayed there for 3 hours, came back to an empty apartment. My fiancé had left with them. Got a text around midnight. Staying at my best friend's place tonight. Need space to think. My reply, take all the space you need. She stayed gone for 2 days. Didn't call, didn't text except to say she needed more time. Fine. I spent those 2 days actually canceling things. Called the venue, gave them notice, called the caterer, called everyone, lost the deposits. About $3,000 total. Worth it. My fiancé came home on the 3rd day, saw the cancellation confirmations on the kitchen counter where I'd left them. You actually did it. Yep, you canceled our wedding. I canceled a wedding for 2 people who don't trust each other. Yeah, I can't believe you. What did you expect? You left with your friends who ambushed me in my own home. You stayed gone for 3 days. What was I supposed to think? I was thinking. About what? Whether to choose them or me. Seems like you chose. I didn't choose anything. You chose not to tell them to leave. You chose not to defend me. You chose to leave with them instead of staying with me. Those are choices. She sat down, looked defeated. They said you'd do this. They said you'd manipulate me. By doing exactly what I said I'd do. That's not manipulation. That's consistency. You're punishing me. I'm protecting myself. You think I want to marry someone whose friends convinced her I'm the enemy? Pass. They're not. They're just worried. They're projecting their failed marriages onto ours. And you're letting them because you're too afraid to stand up to them. That's not true. Isn't it? When's the last time you disagreed with them? When's the last time you defended our relationship to them? She couldn't answer. That's what I thought. Look, I love you, but I'm not going to spend the rest of my life competing with your friends for your loyalty. Either you trust me or you don't. Either you choose us or you choose them, but you have to actually choose. I choose you. Do you? Because your actions say otherwise. What do you want from me? I want you to tell them to back off. I want you to set boundaries, I want you to stand up for us, instead of just going along with their negativity. And if I can't, then we're done. Not just the wedding, all of it. She started crying. You'd really leave me over this? I'd leave someone who doesn't trust me and won't stand up for our relationship. Yeah, because that's not a relationship. That's just going through the motions. She went into the guest room. I heard her on the phone, crying, talking to someone, probably the friends, whatever. My best friend called. Dude, you actually canceled? Yep. You okay? Honestly? Yeah. I'd rather be single than married to someone who's waiting for me to fail. That's dark, man. That's reality. My fiancé came out an hour later. I told them. Told them what? That they're not invited to the wedding, that they need to back off, that I'm choosing you. We don't have a wedding anymore. I canceled it. Then we'll plan a new one, a better one, without them. You really told them off? I told them they were being toxic and projecting their problems onto us. My best friend cried. The others got mad. But I said it. And they said I'm making a mistake, that I'll regret this, that you're manipulating me. What do you think? I think they've been making me miserable and I didn't want to see it. Every time I talked about how happy I was, they'd find something wrong. Every time you did something nice, they'd say you were love bombing. Every time we had a good day, they'd remind me it wouldn't last. Yeah, I noticed that too. Why didn't you say anything? Because they're your friends. Wasn't my place. They're not my friends. Friends want you to be happy. They wanted me to be as bitter as they are. She sat next to me. I'm sorry for all of it, for doubting you, for letting them in my head, for not standing up for us sooner. Okay. I accept your apology, but words are easy. What are you going to do differently? I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to keep them at a distance, and if they start in on the negativity again, I'm going to shut it down. And the wedding? If you'll still marry me, I want to plan something small. Just family, no drama, no negativity, just us. Looked at her, saw something I hadn't seen in weeks. Clarity, conviction, fight. Okay, let's get married. Small ceremony, family only. Your friends aren't invited. She nodded. They're gonna be pissed. Good, let them be. We planned a new wedding, 2 months out. Immediate family only, tiny ceremony at a garden venue, reception dinner at a nice restaurant. Total guest count, 30 people. Cost less than what we'd already lost in deposits for the big wedding. Didn't care. My fiancée told her friends, they lost their minds. Her best friend called me. You're really not inviting us to the wedding? Nope. After everything we've done for her? What have you done for her, besides fill her head with doubt and make her question her happiness? We were being honest. You were being bitter. There's a difference. She's going to regret this. Maybe, but that's her choice to make, not yours. She hung up. Wedding day came. Small, beautiful, perfect. My fiancé looked incredible. I cried during the vows. She cried. Her mom cried. My dad made a joke about how I better not change now that we're married. We laughed. Got a text during the reception from her best friend. This is a mistake. He's gonna change. You'll see. My wife showed it to me. Rolled her eyes. Blocked the number. Went back to dancing. Final update. The fallout was slow but steady. Her best friend tried to contact her through mutual friends, through family, through Instagram DMs. My wife blocked her everywhere. The other friends backed off mostly. A couple reached out to apologize, said they'd been projecting their own problems and it wasn't fair. One of them, the quieter one who barely spoke during the intervention, asked to meet for coffee. My wife went, came back thoughtful. She's getting divorced. Which one? The quiet one. Said her husband told her she's been making both of them miserable for years with her constant negativity and criticism. Huh? She apologized, said the whole friend group had gotten toxic and she didn't realize until her marriage fell apart. What'd you say? I said I appreciated the apology, that I hope she finds happiness, but that I need distance from that whole dynamic. Fair. Over the next few months, we heard things through mutual acquaintances. Her best friend was getting divorced. 2 others were in marriage counseling. The 4th was working on herself, whatever that meant. The quiet one actually did work on herself, started therapy, left the toxic friend group, reached out again after a few months. I owe you both an apology. We were awful to you. My wife met her for coffee again. They're rebuilding their friendship slowly, on healthier terms. The others? Haven't heard from them. My wife doesn't miss them. Is it weird that I don't care? She asked me one night. Not even a little. They were terrible friends. They really were. We've been married for a while now. My wife is lighter, happier. Like cutting out that toxic group lifted something heavy off her shoulders. And me? Still the same person. Still plan date nights. Still do the dishes without being asked. Still tell her she's beautiful. Still listen when she talks. All the things her friends said would stop after marriage, still doing them. Because here's the thing her friends never understood. Marriage doesn't change you into someone lazy and checked out. That happens when you stop trying, when you take your partner for granted, when you let yourself coast. But that's a choice, not an inevitability. My wife sees that now, sees how close she came to throwing away something good because her friends couldn't stand seeing her happy. Thank you, she said the other night. For what? For not just reassuring me and moving forward. For making me actually choose. For showing me what I was about to lose. I wasn't trying to teach you a lesson. I was protecting myself. I know, that's what made it real. You weren't playing games, you were serious. Yeah, I was. I would have lost you over them. How did I not see that? You were scared. They preyed on that. I'm not scared anymore. Good. The friends' predictions never came true. I didn't change after marriage. Our relationship didn't fall apart. Theirs did, though. One by one, their marriages crumbled under the weight of their own negativity and bitterness. My wife could have been one of them. Could have sabotaged our relationship because her friends convinced her it was inevitable. But she didn't. She chose us. Chose to trust me. Chose to cut out the toxicity. Best decision she ever made. We're renewing our vows next year. Bigger ceremony this time. Her old friends won't be invited to that one either. Some people think I went too far. That canceling the wedding was manipulative. That I should have just reassured her and moved on. But reassurance without accountability is just empty words. She needed to confront what she was doing. Needed to see the actual consequences of letting her friends poison her mind. And when faced with losing everything, she made a choice. She chose me. Chose us. Chose to fight for our relationship instead of just going along with her friends. Negativity. That's not manipulation. That's consequences. That's boundaries. And those friends who spent so much time convincing her marriage ruins men? They're divorced now. Turns out their marriages were ruined by their own bitterness and negativity. Not by their husbands changing. By them never trusting their husbands in the first place. My wife sees that clearly now. Sees what she almost became. I almost turned into them, she said recently. But you didn't. Because you didn't let me. I didn't let myself be dragged down, that's different. Same result, true. We're good. Really good. And her friends' dire predictions completely, totally wrong. Marriage didn't ruin me, didn't change me, just proved I was exactly who I said I was all along. And that's more satisfying than any revenge could ever be. My fiancé's mother texted, "We need $50,000 cash or we're not attending your wedding." I replied, "I understand completely." Then I canceled their hotel reservations, removed their names from the seating chart, and gave their premium spots to homeless shelter guests. When they showed up anyway and saw their replacements at the family table, I, 29 male, need to write this down while it's still fresh because I'm still processing what happened. 3 weeks before my wedding, got a text from my future mother-in-law. We'd been planning this wedding for a year. Everything locked in, venue booked, catering paid for, invitations sent months ago. The text said, "Your father-in-law and I have discussed it. We need $50,000 cash before the wedding or we're not attending. This is non-negotiable. Our presence at this wedding is worth that much to our daughter. Let us know by tomorrow." Sat at my desk staring at my phone, read it probably 5 times. $50,000 to attend their own daughter's wedding, called my fiancée. "Did you get a text from your mom?" "No. Why? Check your messages." Heard her typing, then nothing. Long stretch of nothing. "I'm calling her right now." Wait, she'd already hung up. Half-hour later she called me back. She was crying. She says it's compensation for raising me, for all the money they spent on me growing up. Says if we really cared about them, we'd understand. My dad's backing her up. They're both dead serious. "What did you say?" "I told them to go to hell. Told them I'm getting married with or without them." Her voice broke. She laughed at me. Said I'd come running back once I realized how pathetic it'll look to have empty seats at the family table. Said everyone will know my own parents didn't think I was worth showing up for. We talked for over an hour. She was devastated but not backing down. We'd been dealing with her parents' entitlement for years, but this was insane. That night I texted back, "I understand completely. We'll make the necessary arrangements." She replied immediately, "Smart decision. Wire transfer or cash?" Didn't respond to that. Instead, called the hotel. They demanded the presidential suite. $800 a night for 3 nights. We'd agreed because wedding, family, whatever. Canceled the reservation, got the full refund. Called the wedding planner, removed both parents from the seating chart. They had special placards at the head table with their names in fancy calligraphy. Removed those. Then called a homeless shelter I'd volunteered at years back. Still donated monthly. Explained I had 2 premium wedding spots available and a presidential suite at a nice hotel for 3 nights. Did they know anyone who could use it? The director was quiet for a second. "Are you being serious right now?" "Completely. I have a single mom with 2 kids. She's been working herself to death trying to get them out of here. This would mean the world to them." "Perfect. Send me their info." My fiancé knew what I was doing. Approved everything. She'd tried calling her parents twice more. They ignored her and texted, "Cash or we don't show." "Cool. Don't show then." Update 1. Week before the wedding, things got worse. My fiancé's younger sister called. She's still living with the parents. "You need to just pay them." "That's not happening. You're embarrassing them. They're telling everyone you make good money, but you're too cheap to take care of family." "Take care of them how?" "They demanded 50 grand to attend a wedding." "It's not about money. It's about respect. They raised her. They deserve to be appreciated." Appreciation isn't a cash transaction. You're being selfish. This is tearing our family apart. Your parents are tearing your family apart. We invited them to a wedding. They demanded payment. See the difference? She hung up. Couple days later, the aunt called, mother-in-law's older sister. "You think you're smart? Humiliating my sister like this?" "Nobody's humiliating anyone. They chose not to come. Because you won't pay what you owe them. I don't owe them money for marrying their daughter. You're marrying into this family. That comes with obligations. My sister gave up everything for that girl, her career, her dreams. You owe her for that sacrifice. Did she send her daughter an invoice for raising her? Don't get smart with me. You make 6 figures. She makes $30,000 a year. This is about fairness. This is about extortion. When your bride walks down that aisle alone and everyone sees those empty seats at the family table, you'll understand what you've done." Click. My fiancée was holding up. Sad but not changing her mind. Her sister stopped talking to her completely. Her parents sent one more text. "Final chance. $50,000 by Friday or we're done. Your choice." Didn't respond. Friday came and went. Day before the wedding, my phone rang. Unknown number. "This is your father-in-law. We need to talk man to man." "All right. My wife is emotional about this. She's hurt. Our daughter is getting married and leaving us behind. It's hard for a mother. The money isn't really about money. It's about feeling valued. You are valued. You're invited to the wedding. For free. Like strangers off the street. Like family. Like every other guest. We're not every other guest. We're her parents. We raised her, fed her, put her through school, paid for everything. Do you know how much that costs? We invested hundreds of thousands into her. We're asking for a small fraction back. The way he said, invested. Like she was a stock portfolio. She's your daughter, not an investment. And you're taking her from us. The least you can do is compensate us for that loss. I'm not buying her from you. Long silence. You're making a mistake. When she realizes her own parents didn't show up, she's going to resent you. That resentment will destroy this marriage. Is that what you want? I want to marry her, with or without you there. Then it's without. He hung up. My fiancée cried that night. Not because she wanted to give in, just grief. Her parents chose money over her. Chose this hill to die on. I held her and let her cry. Sometimes there's nothing to say that helps. Update 2 wedding day. The family from the shelter showed up early. Mom was late 30s. 2 kids, maybe 10 and 7. They were wearing their nicest clothes, which weren't fancy, but they were trying. The kids looked excited. Apparently they'd never been to a real wedding. Wedding planner got them settled at the hotel first. The presidential suite. The mom literally cried when she saw the room. Her daughter screamed about the bathtub being bigger than their shelter room. Met them briefly before ceremony started. Thanked them for coming. Thank you for this, the mom said. She was holding her son's hand. I don't understand why you're being so kind to us. You're here, that's what matters. Ceremony was outdoor. Weather was perfect. My fiancée looked incredible. She walked down the aisle with her best friend beside her, not her dad. That was the only moment she looked sad. Just for a second. Then she locked eyes with me and smiled. We got married, said the vows, kissed, everyone cheered. Reception was inside. During cocktail hour, they showed up, both parents, the sister, all dressed up, walking in like they owned the place. My wife saw them first, grabbed my arm. What are they doing here? No idea. They went straight to the wedding planner, started talking. Planner looked confused, shook her head, pointed at the seating chart. That's when her mom started yelling. Loud. What do you mean we're not on the list? We're the bride's parents. Planner was trying to calm her. Not working. I walked over. My wife stayed back. You're not on the guest list. Her mom spun around. You invited us. This is our daughter's wedding. You were invited. You said you wouldn't attend without $50,000. You didn't pay. You're not guests. We never said we weren't coming. You said cash or no show. No cash means no show. That was negotiable. That was extortion. This is a private event. You need to leave. Her dad stepped forward. You can't keep us from our daughter's wedding. Watch me. You're not on the list. This is private property. Leave. We're not leaving. Venue manager appeared, big dude, former military. We'd briefed him earlier just in case. Folks, I need you to exit the property. We're her parents. The mom was losing it. Full meltdown mode. You can't throw us out. Ma'am, you're not on the guest list. Private event. Leave now or I call the cops. The sister tried to push past everyone. I'm a bridesmaid. No, you're not. Check the program. She grabbed a program off a nearby table. Flipped through it. Her name wasn't there. We'd removed her after that phone call. You removed me? You picked a side. You picked them and their shakedown. Actions have consequences. The mom switched tactics. Started crying. Please, please just let us stay. We were wrong. We were hurt and said things we didn't mean. Please. This is our only daughter's wedding. We'll never get this moment back. You're right. You won't. You're a monster. What kind of person keeps parents away from their child's wedding? The kind whose in-laws tried to extort 50 grand. People were watching now. Some guests had turned around. The mom realized she had an audience. He's lying, she shouted it to everyone nearby. We never demanded money. He's making this up to turn our daughter against us. He's controlling her. I pulled out my phone, showed the venue manager the original text, the $50,000 demand. He read it and nodded. You need to leave. Right now, or I'm calling police. Fine, but everyone here needs to know the truth. This man is abusive. He's isolating our daughter, manipulating her. Someone needs to stop this before it's too late. My wife appeared next to me. calm, face blank. Mom, stop. Sweetheart, thank God. Tell them this is a mistake. Tell them you want us here. I don't. Her mom's face just crumpled. You don't mean that. I do. You tried to extort us. You demanded money to come to my wedding. You called my husband names. You turned my sister against me. You made this day about you. I want you to leave. I'm your mother. And you picked money over me. Now you showed up uninvited to cause a scene. Leave. Please. Her dad tried. Sweetheart, we love you. We just wanted to be appreciated for everything we've... $50,000. I know. Now I want you gone. Security was already moving in. 2 more guys showed up with the venue manager. Easy way or hard way, folks. They left. Her mom was still screaming as they were walked out. Sister crying. Dad silent, but the look he shot me was pure hate. After they were gone, my wife turned to the guests who'd seen everything. Sorry about that. For anyone wondering, my parents demanded $50,000 cash to attend my wedding. When we refused, they said they wouldn't come. They showed up anyway, uninvited. They're not welcome here. Then she took my hand and we got drinks at the bar. Dinner started. The Shelter family sat at the head table, where her parents would have been. The mom was nervous at first, but other guests were kind, made conversation. Her kids were so well behaved, eyes huge at everything. My wife gave a speech during dinner, thanked everyone for coming. Didn't mention her parents once. Did thank the Shelter family for being there. Said something about chosen family mattering more than blood sometimes. Half the room was crying. Good tears. Rest of the night was perfect. Dancing, cake, toasts, everything we wanted. Her parents tried getting back in twice more. Once at main entrance, once at the kitchen entrance. Security turned them away both times. Late that night, text from the sister. Long rant about destroying the family. How we were selfish, how we devastated their parents, how they might never recover from this humiliation. My wife read it, deleted it, blocked the number. I'm done, she said. Completely done. We danced until the venue closed, then went to our hotel. Not the presidential suite. That was occupied by a mom and her kids who were getting a vacation they'd never forget. Final update. 2 months out now. Her mom started a campaign with her friends, told everyone we banned them for no reason, that I was controlling, that my wife was brainwashed, except multiple wedding guests started sharing what actually happened. The truth got out. Turns out, I extorted my daughter for 50 grand to attend her wedding. Doesn't play well in any social circle. Her mom's friends started ghosting her. The aunt tried playing peacemaker. Called my wife a couple times. Left voicemails about healing and forgiveness. My wife never called back. Sister sent one more text from a friend's phone. Said she was cutting off the parents and wanted to apologize. My wife didn't respond. Here's what nobody tells you about cutting off toxic family. It's not clean. My wife has good days and rough days. Some mornings, she wakes up sad, not because she regrets the choice, because she's grieving what she thought her family was. She started therapy, processing everything, learning it's okay to mourn the loss of the family she thought she had, while accepting they were never actually that family. Last week we got something wild. An invoice from her parents. Itemized bill for the cost of raising her. Line items for everything. Food, housing, education, medical, everything from birth to 18. Total, $276,543.89. Note at the bottom. Since you've chosen to completely cut us from your life, we expect repayment for our investment in you. My wife laughed when she saw it. Not happy laughter. That dark, tired laugh when something is so absurd you can't process it. They actually invoiced me for being born. We sent it to a lawyer. Just to document. Lawyer said it's legally meaningless, but keep it in case things escalate into harassment. The Shelter family sent us a card. The mom wrote about how much that weekend meant to her kids, how her daughter still talks about the fancy ballroom, how her son loved the food, how the hotel stay gave them hope. That card is framed in our living room. My wife's relationship with her parents is over. She's making peace with it. It's a process. Some days are harder than others. Wedding photos came back last week. She looks genuinely happy in every shot. Not forced, not strained, just happy. No photos of her parents because they weren't there. And honestly, better for it. Her mom sent one last text a couple weeks ago, from a number we hadn't blocked. Hope you're happy. You destroyed this family. Your kids will grow up without grandparents. You'll regret this. My wife read it, replied, I'm very happy actually. Thanks for asking. Block the number. Last I heard from mutual acquaintances, her parents are still playing victim. Still telling anyone who'll listen they just wanted appreciation. That we're cruel. They wanted $50,000. Bit of a difference. We're good. Building our life with people who actually want to be there. Not financing relationships with people who see us as ATMs with legs. The presidential suite? Worth every penny. That family's faces when they saw the room. The hope it gave them. The kindness we could show people who didn't demand it as a cover charge for basic human decency. That's what families should be. Not transactions, not invoices, not payment plans for love. Just showing up because you want to. And if you can't do that, you don't get to be there at all. Done explaining, done defending, done negotiating with people who think relationships are business deals. We had our wedding. It was beautiful, surrounded by people who loved us. That's exactly what we wanted.